The Banshee's sad song, a long journey in the traces of the past. From ancient times to this day, wandering the mystical lands of Ireland, I, the Banshee, have been called the woman's cry. But the name is not just a name, it is also a reflection of the past, sadness and complexity of life. My ancestry, the Tuatha De Danann, goes back to the ancient gods of Ireland, and this heritage is like a treasure trove that takes me on a journey deep into the past. I emerge as a young and elegant female figure, intertwined with beauty and sadness. This external beauty hides the deep sadness in my inner world, the weight of the past and the fact that I am a ghostly being. There is a depth in my eyes that echoes experiences and contains stories of the past. The stars in the night sky are witnesses of my experiences. Each of my howls comes with a melancholy melody rising from the nooks of the forest or the cemeteries. This melody tells an old story full of the triumphs and tragedies of my lineage. Sadness is the burden of the past hiding in my song. Combined with the wind on a rainy night, my song evokes the shadows of the past, but it also contains love and understanding. My own story has been shaped at the intersection of the worlds of gods and humans. While I was once a shining star among the gods, over time this shine faded in the shadow of the tragedies I experienced and the losses of my family. In this long journey of my existence, from legendary times to the present, I have become a being surrounded by the traces of the past. My stories reflect the mystical atmosphere and deep emotional charge of Ireland. Even today, my sad song and legends continue to keep Ireland's rich culture alive. Each howl carries the truth of a family facing death, but also brings a message of love and understanding. When I intersected with Samhain's courage and inner strength, it helped me find my inner peace. His experiences caused me to establish a deep connection with my own past. Together, we tried to plant seeds of hope and heal with love in the village in the shadow of the past. As Banshee, I experienced the peace that comes with creating positive change in people's hearts. Together with Samhain, we realized the importance of softening the cold face of death and reminding us of the beauties of life. Even though our past was tragic, we walked towards the future with the aim of leaving a ray of hope. The village people eased the weight of the past and became more supportive of each other. Our story has become a tale woven with love, understanding, and hope in the mystical landscape of Ireland. As the Banshee, the notes of my sad song remain a source of inspiration that eases the pain of the past and illuminates the future. In the gentle breeze of the wind at night, you can feel my presence. The Banshee is a song that conveys the intertwining of death and life, like the twinkle of stars in the night sky that reminds us of old stories. Here's a story about me. Be prepared to be scared. Call of the Quiet Wind. Living in a remote Irish village, in the shadows of a mansion lost in time, Saoirse's days were spent in a world where silence reigned. Living in this old structure with her family gave Saoirse the chance to immerse herself in the mysteries of nature. However, in this quiet village, a mysterious howl heard at night was a harbinger of Saoirse's life that would change radically. One night, while Samhain was wandering the halls of the mansion, she heard a mysterious melody playing in her ears. Following her curiosity, lost in this melody, the young girl reached the oldest room in the mansion. She came across a beautiful but sad figure standing in the room under a pale light. His eyes were shining with a deep sadness that carried the years of the past. This figure was the Banshee, who foretold the deaths of the past and took on a spiritual mission to protect her family. Samhain realized that this being's mysterious howl meant that a family's fate would change. Although the Banshee is a being that carries the pain of the past, this encounter with Saoirse was a turning point for both of them. The Banshee told Saoirse her family's tragic story. Years ago, her family was part of a manor-owning family and they were known among the village people as fair and loving. However, as a result of a fire, the family lost their lives, and the Banshee took it upon herself to protect her family's souls and shape the future with her warning. As Samhain listened to this sad story, a determination emerged within her. Together with the Banshee, they tried to ease the pain of the past by warning the people in the village. The Banshee's sad song no longer merely brought news of death, but also represented the power of moving forward together in the fight against the pain of the past. However, in the process, Saoirse's inner world transformed into a complex tapestry of emotions and thoughts. Her deep empathy for the pain of the past bloomed like a flower in Saoirse's heart. With each passing day, being a part of this story was shaping Saoirse's character and maturing her. The Banshee, on the other hand, was enjoying the peace of mind of creating a positive change in people's hearts. Together with Saoirse, he understood the importance of softening the cold face of death and reminding us of the beauties of life. Despite her own tragic past, Banshee understood that she existed to bring hope and love to people. With the efforts of Sorrowful and the Banshee, the villagers began to ease the weight of the past, become more supportive of each other, and their village was filled with hope and love. At night, at the call of the silent wind, Saoirse's courage and the Banshee's fight changed the fate of a village and reminded us of the true meaning of life. Among legends, world tour through the eyes of the Banshee. Hi, I'm the Banshee. I decided to get away from the mystical lands of Ireland and wander around different cultures. Know that I am the sad harbinger of death, but I must say that I have encountered similar figures around the world. Banshee in Scotland. While wandering around the misty mountains of Scotland, I came across Banshee. She is a fairy who, like me, is familiar with death and brings the news of death while doing her laundry. Its similarities with the Irish Banshee lie in the theme of facing death. La Llorona in Latin America. In the warm lands of Latin America, I met La Llorona, a ghost crying in regret after killing children. His sadness dances with my sadness. In both cultures, there are narratives about facing the brutal reality of death. Moirai in Greek mythology. While climbing the ancient peaks of Greek mythology, I came across Moirai. Clotho, Lachesis and Atropos are the three sisters who control the woven and cut threads of fate. These powerful beings determine the karma of people's lives. They're kind of like me, but with a more universal meaning. Pisadeira in Brazil. In the warm nights of Brazil, I was introduced to Pisadeira. This entity, which sits on sleepers' chests and causes them to have nightmares, is a type of sleep paralysis. The shadow of death is a dream that makes it difficult to breathe at night. Pontianak in Southeast Asia. In the mysterious forests of Southeast Asia, I encountered Pontianak, a ghost that appears after the death of young and beautiful pregnant women. He wanders at night, bringing news of death. On a similar mission to me, but with a different way of confronting the influence of geography. Encountering these beings, each carrying the rich texture of their own culture, made me understand humanity's journey of facing death and making peace with sadness from a broader perspective. Each culture expresses the universality of death through its own legends and figures. I continue my world tour as a part of this universal story.